All right, so we're on to day five now. This was a lot longer, or a lot shorter rather, than day four. Yesterday's was like 3.5 hours of drawing. This was about an hour. No reference photos, not even really an idea. I just kind of, didn't feel like drawing lower body today. Just kind of, wasn't feeling that. I think next week or like after day seven, I think I've done enough like physical people or I just can't really draw mental people. I don't know what I was really saying there, but but I think I've drawn enough like people, enough that kind of stuff at least for the time being. So I think I want to start trying to draw like landscapes, especially stuff that isn't specifically like cities. Because I think I definitely do get trapped in this idea of drawing cities, mostly because most of the stories that I think of take place in cities. And even then, I think I could draw more dynamic stuff in cities, like, buildings falling down, rubble, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that'll probably be the plan for the next few days. In terms of this drawing, I did really like how the sketch turned out here. I thought it was detailed enough. I thought the facial expression was fairly I don't know, I guess fairly accurate. Guy's supposed to look all tough and mean. I don't know, the cape was like it looked fine as like a piece of fabric, but it was just kind of hard to like how does this attach to his person, right? Eventually I did just kind of give up on it. I could never get the eyes quite right, at least compared to like what the sketch looked like. I don't know why it just always kind of like they always just kind of felt off. But regardless though, it was generally it was generally a pretty good time. Again, I will say this again. I think my sketch was a lot better than like my line art like layer specifically. And I don't really know why. I think it's just I don't know. I think I'm just so much more used to sketching still, like sketching and then adding shading on top of that. I did try to implement what I was talking about yesterday, where like I try to keep all the shading and cross hatching or whatever, or just the hatching, I guess, going one direction. So I chose horizontal, and with a couple like bends and thises and that's in there. Generally the hands are pretty low effort here, and you can see especially by the final product. Like again, I was just trying to hide them. I think I definitely should have made them bigger. They should definitely take up more of the chest, and I think that's why they do look a little off. But again, I was just drawing for an hour today, so I wasn't super concerned on like the little details. Um, it's just kind of it's part of it. Again, I do like how I shaded the fabric and all that stuff. It's just again, I couldn't really figure out how the cape would attach because no reference images, which is still on me. But I'll blame it on the art because I'm perfect. So regardless, I don't know, I was really fiddling with the face throughout this entire project. I couldn't really get it down to like, you know, specifically what I wanted. Mostly because I also didn't really have a facial expression I was thinking of, which I think really affected it. Not having that like definitive look definitely does hurt. I was toying with the concept of having like this like fun like light coming off his eyes to make him look like a little cooler, but I ended up scrapping it just because I was like, that sounds like more of a like if I don't know maybe if I was going for like a 2 hour kind of thing. Um, Again, with that being said, I do think I did go out and re-outline everything just because I felt like I feel like that's what makes the sketchiness look good. I think it's because I'm drawing so many more lines for the sketch. I think it helps. It just helps to give it that more that better contrast to the shading. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know if I was drawing like an actual superhero, if I was just drawing a shirtless dude, you know, because like that's the thing. I mean, my mind's always on shirtless men, so I didn't know which one specifically I was drawing. I did make a mistake here where I put my line art and my shading onto the same layer, which was rookie mistakes, rookie mistakes. Never gonna do that again. It did kind of make it annoying in the project. Also, this nose not my best, not my best. Again, just didn't really feel it. And again, you can tell here I'm fiddling with the eyes and stuff. I do generally think the head should have been shifted down. We should have seen more of the top of the head and the hair. Um, this is a lot more front facing, which I think like the jaw I think is what's offsetting it. Maybe it's the traps look a little too large. Again, stuff like that. I didn't end up going with like this Goku esque hair, like this Vegeta looking hair, just because I don't know. I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting enough. Again, I do kind of want to work if I do go back to character drawings after the next week of drawing landscapes, because I guarantee you I will get bored. I do want to try to get a little more dynamic posing in. Because this is a very basic and simple pose. So I would much rather see like I guess like two characters interacting with things, like people like grabbing things, people like a lot more feel in it. A little trick I did learn today was if I'm on two separate layers, like one's for effects and one's not, instead of going back to the other layer where all the drawing's on and erasing it, I can just I can just shift it over. I can just overlay it with white for where the effects are, and that ends up giving vaguely the same thing. But yeah, no. So again, these are just kind of supposed to be like just something to fill up the background, because that's what I've noticed is a really big problem. It's just like I have background and I don't really know what to do with it, and I never feel like drawing backgrounds. So and again, you can see here I'm still struggling with that, just like trying to fill in the space again. But yeah, generally now that we're seeing this come into much more of a fuller form, I do think it's ending out quite well. Again, I did go and try to add a little more contrast to the body, give it that outline. I think maybe I could have had like some little like electrical squiggles maybe coming off of them, make them look a little stronger. But generally, it was still okay. Again, I do wish that the hands were a little bigger, retrospectively. But again, that would if I was spending more time on this, I would have given a lot more of a fuck about the sketching, and then if I give more of a fuck about that, then the hands will look better. It's just one of those things where it's like it's simply just the restriction of not drawing for that long, because I got stuff to do, but I still want to get a video out for all three of you, which are just me on three alt accounts. It's kind of like schizophrenia. I'm just kind of talking to myself, but I think I'm talking to other people. You know, is there any like schizophrenic YouTubers? They just like record themselves talking to like the Shadow Man or whatever. Somebody write that down. All right, if the art thing doesn't work out, that's what we're doing. I gotta capture a schizo person. Regardless, back to the drawing. I did end up fixing the eyes just because those were like the most notably jarring. But yeah, no, I think it should be wrapping up. The only other real change I made is I did end up just going with a white background, just because all of the little squiggles, because they're not like a full circle, I don't know, they just give this like very, I don't know, like obviously the drawing is fairly low effort, but like that's what makes it really feel low effort, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, no, I will say I do really liked how the hair turned out here, and that was easily a favorite. And the effects don't look half bad. Again, I definitely could clean up the erasing here and stuff like that, like looking at the image in a more still format. But yeah, again, this was just like a quick video. I wanted to get something out because I got stuff going on today, but still wanted to get out something for you hoodlums to watch. And now that you have watched it, you know what we're going to tell you to do? You know what I'm going to mother freaking tell you to do? I'm going to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you liked about this drawing. Tell me what you didn't like about this drawing. It's integral for me because I need the engagement. I don't know. I am a new YouTuber. I am wondering when Raid Shadow Legends is going to hit me up with a sponsor. Again, I think that's maybe like a 5 subscriber thing. So if like two of y'all could go down and do that, that'd be really cool. Mostly because I do just want to see how big the check is. Like that's the only reason I give a shit. Um, but yeah, outside of me being a money grubbing asshole, that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.